The D50 Jaws is a formidable handgun. Known for its raw stopping power, it represents a high-impact option for players seeking to deliver significant damage in critical situations. This presentation will delve into its characteristics, role, and overall effectiveness within the game's challenging environment. At its core, the D50 Jaws is an iteration of the classic .50 caliber handgun, a weapon archetype renowned across many games for its immense per-shot damage. In Once Human, where threats can range from mutated creatures to hostile players, a weapon capable of delivering such a punch can be invaluable. While specific numerical values can vary with game updates and player modifications, the D50 Jaws typically exhibits the following characteristics. Damage: exceptionally high per-shot damage, often among the highest for handguns. This allows it to quickly dispatch weaker enemies or significantly wound tougher ones. Accuracy: generally good at medium ranges, though less precise than dedicated rifles or sniper weapons. Its accuracy is more suited for precise shots rather than sustained fire. Recoil: significant recoil due to its powerful caliber. Mastering its kickback is crucial for landing follow-up shots, especially under pressure. Fire rate: relatively slow compared to automatic weapons or smaller caliber pistols. It's designed for deliberate, impactful shots rather than spray-and-pray tactics. Magazine size: typically features a smaller magazine capacity, reflecting its high damage, low fire rate nature. This necessitates careful shot placement and timely reloads. Pros and cons. Pros: high burst damage, capable of quickly eliminating threats. Satisfying impact: each shot feels powerful and impactful. Emergency utility: excellent as a reliable secondary weapon. Potential for unique perks: the Jaws variant likely offers valuable combat bonuses. Cons: high recoil, requires skill to manage for accurate follow-up shots. Low fire rate, not suitable for sustained engagements against multiple fast-moving targets. Limited magazine capacity, demands careful ammo management. Conclusion: the D50 Jaws in Once Human is a powerful, high-risk, high-reward weapon. It's not a general-purpose firearm, but rather a specialized tool for players who value raw stopping power and precision. Mastering its recoil and understanding its optimal use cases will allow players to leverage its immense potential, turning it into a decisive asset in the harsh world of Once Human. Now let's look at the Unstable Bomber keyword. Unstable Bomber. Trigger 1 status damage blast of 120% psi intensity after 0.1 seconds with a blast radius of 1.5 meters. The damage decays over the explosion distance, down to a minimum of 50%. The additional damage is blast element, cannot crit, cannot strike weak spots, and will not decay with distance. Now let's see what Jaws does. Jaws effects. Every 4 hits triggers Unstable Bomber. A critical hit grants +1 to the hit count. This means that every 2 critical hits the Unstable Bomber is triggered. Hitting a weak spot grants +50% blast damage for 8 seconds. And the Unstable Bomber can land critical hits, with a +25% crit rate. This means that now we can increase the damage of Unstable Bomber through critical damage. And with Jaws, this is the first source of damage. As mods on Jaws, we use Bombardier Souvenir with Violent Suffix. With this mods, every time when you trigger Unstable Bomber, your magazine will refill itself by 10% of your max magazine capacity. To make this mods efficient, you must have the Jaws magazine at least 20 bullets. This way, every time Unstable Bomber is triggered, it will refill 2 bullets in the magazine. But no problem, follow the guide to the end and you will see how to do this. As a calibration on Jaws, we use Rapid Shot Style, which gives us 25% fire rate, plus 40% magazine capacity, and minus 15% attack. Preferably 2 times critical rate. But 2 times critical damage goes as well. As accessories we use muzzle, tactical flash hider, optical, compact reflex sight, tactics, integrated laser sight, magazines, extended pistol mag, ammunition, blasting pistol AP ammo. As a secondary weapon, there are 3 options. First, wildfire, which has the following effects: 60% chance to trigger the bull's eye when hitting a target, 80% chance to spread the bull's eye to one enemy within 15 meters area when hitting marked enemies. If there are no enemies within the area, weapon damage plus 25% for 10 seconds, and when hitting a weak spot of a marked enemy, attack plus 3% for 10 seconds, up to 3 stacks. Now the second option, the Bingo Sniper Rifle, which has the following effects. 70% chance to trigger the bull's eye upon hitting a weak spot. After switching weapons, the first hit will trigger the bull's eye. After hitting a non-meta human unit, weak spot damage plus 25% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 4 times. And after defeating a non-meta human unit with a weak spot hit, attack plus 15% for 20 seconds. Third option, Recurve Crossbow. This weapon does the following. Hitting a weak spot will inflict the bull's eye on the target, causing all weapons to have critical rate plus 15% versus targets with the bull's eye for 10 seconds. Effect only works once on the same target within 15 seconds. As mods on the secondary weapon regardless of which of the 3 options you use. We use Vulnerability Amplifier, which gives. The bullseye adds vulnerability plus 8%. The suffix are irrelevant. Now as a melee weapon, we use the Kukri, which unfortunately is a weapon you can only get from a drop. I got mine from Securement Silo Theta, from the first boss. Why Kukri? Let's see. Kukri. Defeating a target grants all weapons attack plus 30%, and crit rate plus 15% for 10 seconds. When defeating an enemy with a heavy strike, psi intensity plus 20% and restore HP by 200% of the psi intensity. To use the Kukri effectively, you need sticky ice crystals. These come from a deviant called Ice Pot and can be acquired by completing the Securement Silo PSI, a level 30 area in the Vina Fjord region. This can be done on the Winter Way or Endless Dream scenarios. Now we move on to the key armor piece, which is Shaman Vulture Top, which has the following effect. After triggering Unstable Bomber, critical rate plus 35% for 3 seconds. Mods. Any mods are good as long as they have a violent suffix. As armor we use 4 pieces of Lone Wolf set and 1 piece of Bastille. Lone Wolf set effects. The 1-piece set effect, magazine capacity bonus 10%. The 2-piece set effect, critical rate 5%. The 3-piece set effect, get stacks of Lone Shadow with every 2 weapon critical hit. Lone Shadow, critical damage plus 6% for 30 seconds. The effect can stack up to 8 times. And the 4-piece set effect, increased max Lone Shadow stacks to 10. Critical rate plus 8% for 2 seconds after reloading. And the 1-piece set effect of the Bastille is, when HP is above 70%, weapon damage plus 10%. Now we move on to the armor mods. On the helmet, Fateful Strike with violent suffix. On the mask, Pinpoint Strike with violent suffix. On pants, Deadshot violent suffix. On gloves, Critical Amplifier violent suffix. On boots, Covered Advent violent suffix. Now, as I said at the beginning, you need 20 bullets in the Jaws magazine. So far we have plus 40% from the rapid style calibration that we have on Jaws, another 10% from the bonus from the Lone Wolf set. Total of plus 50%, and we need another 20%, which will be made from the attributes from the mods. If you do all this, Jaws will have at least 20 bullets needed for the build. Now Cradle setup. Anti-coherence, tactical combo, status enhancement, elemental sense, explosive bonus, rapid aid, tactical leap, and aerial suppression. Us a combat deviant we use, Shattered Maiden. Why this one? Because she inflicts slowdown and chain to non-boss enemies in front when attacking, also increasing their explosion damage received by 60%. And now the recommended buffs. Drink buff Whimsical Drink, food buff Mixed Fried Hot Dog. To increase damage as much as possible from mods, grind for critical damage and weapon damage attributes. Try to max those out. That wraps up my Jaws build. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more Once Human content. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. White Reaper out.